Meeting come to order, please. The notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act for this meeting have been satisfied. Would you please turn off electronic equipment as we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Attention, salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Johanna, call the roll, please.
Mayor Becker?
Here.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg?
For information only, for your convenience, the audience, we're going to change the order of the agenda a little bit to accommodate you, and we're going to, at this point, move to public comment on ordinances and resolutions. Do you all have agendas?
We're going to do the minutes first.
The minutes. I apologize. We have to approve the minutes of our February 21st meetings.
I will make the motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
We'll get back to resolutions and ordinances. Is there any public comments on the items listed on the agenda? Is there a motion to close public comment, please?
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Johanna, please.
May I have a motion for ordinance number 3, to adopt ordinance number 3, 2019, calendar year 2019, ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limit and establish a cap bank?
I will make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 47, 2019, authorizing payment and claims?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 48, 2019, authorizing budget introduction?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
May I have a motion for the consent agenda, which is resolution number 49, 2019 through 56, 2019?
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
I'll call Leon here. We have with us today our auditor, Mr. Leon Costello, who is here to make some brief remarks on the budget, I believe. Leon, would that be correct?
Just real quick, Lisa gave you a complete update a few minutes ago. Just to go over the rules a little bit, today's the introduction. This will be advertised in the paper. And on April 4th, you'll have a public hearing on the budget, which anyone from the public can make comments on. We'll address those comments as need be. As Lisa mentioned, it's a 0.1% decrease, and financially you're sound. It's a good budget. There's no gimmicks in it. It's nice and clean and provides financial stability. So it should be good.
Awesome work on your behalf and on Lisa's behalf to get us to this point. And the cooperation of all our department heads were instrumental in getting us also to this point. So there's been a lot of work put into it over the last several months, and I have to mention Rich Deeney also was very integral in getting us to this point. So I think with fund balance, we have a lot of strength moving forward. And I think with what Lisa said, with the reduction in salaries, we're in good shape moving forward. And with the negotiated contracts that were on the table this past year, we negotiated 4 contracts. There's going to be savings for the next 10 to 15 years for the residents and taxpayers of Margate, with the step increases going to 16-year steps. We'll save with each individual new hire as we go forward. So we'll realize a lot of savings through the next 10 to 12 years.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Leon. Public comment?
Yep.
Johanna, you're done, right? You have anything else? Okay. At this point, we'll open for public comment. The rules of the House, you have 3 minutes, and you can see the clock.
Thank you.
Your name and address for the record.
Hi, I am Lee Turner, 507 Claremont Avenue. And it has been a while since I've had to be here, and I like it when I don't have to come. Because when I don't have to come, it means I am happy with everything that is going on. So I just wanted to voice a few of my concerns. I know you will be voting in a couple weeks on the school estimate. And before you vote and before you consider your vote, I just wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about some changes that are being proposed to our schools that I think are very detrimental to our students. And I wanted you to take that into consideration, some of the cuts that they are looking, mainly with the paraprofessionals and moving them to part-time, which would result in a loss of benefits. We would never ask of our firefighters and our police officers to go part-time and lose their benefits. And I hope that you do not encourage and accept that type of a proposal where our residents, because our paraprofessionals are all city residents, would lose their benefits. I think that is a slap in the face to people who are dedicated to our community and people who are dedicated to our schools. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about that, because you'll see that most times families don't come to these meetings. And the reason why they don't come is because they're happy. And we love our schools, and we're very dedicated to our schools. And while we don't come, we do care about our city, and we put a lot of time into our city. We volunteer for our city, we work in our city, and we promote our city. And we know that the best way to keep Margate strong is to keep Margate schools strong. And so we hope that we can count on you for your support in keeping Margate schools strong. And I just want to close by saying that Margate is better than the cuts that are being proposed. And that just as we have always given our town our support and dedication, we expect the same from you as the commissioners. I've worked side by side with both of you. I've worked side by side with Commissioner Blumberg. We've always fought for our schools, and I really hope that you don't give up on our schools now. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee.
Very well said.
My name is Lisa Finneran, 217 North Hanover Avenue. I am both a pediatric nurse and I'm a mother of a child in our district. And I know how invaluable our paraprofessionals are in our classrooms. We have benefited by having them in our classrooms. My son is not special needs, but I have seen and I work with the other children that are special needs in the CCD programs and in my hospital. We have but my child has benefited from having other paraprofessionals in the classrooms helping the other children that do need them. These children need the paraprofessionals in our classrooms. The money saved is not worth our children's emotional and educational needs. We cannot afford to lose these caring, dedicated paraprofessionals. Let's keep Margate the incredible school district. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Frank Marciani, 404 North Douglas Avenue. I wrote something up. I think I was heard last night. I sort of rambled. I called kids gross at some points, which I stand behind. Little kids can be gross. But, so I don't ramble.
I listened to you this morning.
Yeah, I did. I'm loath and reluctant to often speak or inject myself in a meeting such as this due to my role as both a homeowning resident and a city employee. But regardless of any employment title or anything else, I have the title of dad, which renders any other concerns to me meaningless. That is the most important. Last night I attended the school board workshop meeting to learn about their upcoming budget and hear firsthand some of the reasoning behind changes and cuts to personnel that have been rumored and to see what was true and what wasn't. As a father of one child currently in the school system with another attending starting in fall of 2020, the meeting was enlightening and both heartening and concerning in some respects. With many cuts being made, the cuts being made to the paraprofessionals don't appear to be tied to enrollment numbers and their decline. In fact, according to what was shown, I know some things can change and will change, but according to what was shown, there are 2 entire full-time positions, one of them a classroom teacher, that's cut totally, others scaled back as a result of those numbers. While regrettable and hopefully avoidable, it's understandable that cuts of that nature are inevitable given the circumstances. All parents in Margate are aware that the school system will need to contract its size and footprint over the next few years. To pretend otherwise is, in fact, foolish. What is also foolish would be to push ahead with a single-minded goal without considering many of the factors and situations that the school system have to deal with without a publicly shared plan in place. The issue and its solutions are not simple, and the unintended consequences can be numerous. I know you both to be thoughtful. If Commissioner Blumberg was here, I would say the same about him. And I would encourage you to encourage appropriate school cuts in reaction to a sound plan with goals and benchmarks that serves the children instead of disenfranchising many of these pillars of our community. In your role as members of the Board of School Estimate, it's your job to evaluate the budget, decide to approve or deny it. I would urge you to reject any budget that treats these professionals with anything less than the respect they deserve. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Any other public comment? I encourage public comment. I told my wife I wouldn't be home till 7:30, please.
Hi, everyone. Tracy Barklow, 612 North Huntington. I don't even know what to say because everybody's already said it. Everything's always positive. But last night, Mr. Barufi said that we don't show up. I'm one of those parents because I'm satisfied. Been here since 2013. Might have made 4 meetings. Never disappointed, not disappointed here. So I don't know how else I can help besides just showing up. I'm always willing, my kids, always willing to do something, give back, always trying to give back, show up for, fundraisers. Other than that, I don't know what else we can do. Any thoughts? I'm always game to help out. When we moved here, it's kind of like a package deal was given between police, fire, and teaching. Like I said, everything is always positive or great. There's always something, but focus on the positive, which is really, it's always more positive. I have 4 kids, in both schools. My children who don't have special needs or need an aid, they benefit from the aids. I actually didn't know some of the aids were aids. I thought they were teachers because the way they blend in. I do have a child who's blind, and he's benefited greatly because they told us 2013 that Mays Landing, Atlantic City, or Margate is the only ones who could accommodate him. But if I didn't live in Margate, say I lived in Northfield or Galloway, they would bus him to Mays Landing or Atlantic City where my other kids are in another school. Didn't want that. My mother-in-law was born and raised here, huge advocate. And I honestly was just like, oh, what's so great about Margate, because I came from Linwood. I see why, I know why, and I know why she's an advocate of Margate, and that's why we live here. And I said last night, and I'll reiterate, and that's the God's honest truth, that I am not Margate money, but I would go broke to keep my kids here because of you. And I do appreciate all of you and the board last night that I didn't thank. I know it's a tough job you have. I wouldn't want to do it, but I don't, like I said, I don't know what else to say. My kids, they only know this system. They don't even remember unless I show a picture that we lived in Linwood. So they only know here, they only think they lived here. And, without these teachers, I don't know what I would do, because Peyton is allowed to do everything that any of the other, kids are allowed to do. He's treated like a normal kid. And some have said to me that because he's blind, and fortunately his caseworker lives on Union Ave, that he would still receive benefits. I just feel like that was like, why would you say that to me? Doesn't matter whether he received the benefits or not. The benefits that he receives here, yeah, I'm sure their Galloway, Mays Landing teachers are great, but I'm sorry, I feel like it's the greatest here. And I wouldn't want my kids any other place or any other community. Thank you.
Thank you. Would you like another 3 minutes? No, I'm kidding. Anyone else?
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Angie Shirillo. I live at 15 East Drive. I am a renter. I rent, so I indirectly pay school taxes through my landlord. I don't know how many ratables there are in Margate. If there's 6,000 ratables, if you can just ask each house to pay an extra $50 in taxes, it's $300,000. From what we saw last night, Dr. Barufi was great in going through the slides and letting us talk through the whole presentation. Right now there's $81,000 surplus. It's $381,000 that was cut So that's $300,000 to make up. If there's 6,000 ratables at $50 a person, or $50 a ratable, over the course of a year, it's $1 a week. Is that too much to ask for Margate people? Give up a coffee every week. Like, I'm just a mom. I'm busy. It's Lent. I sell grilled cheese for a living. You know how busy I am? Like, I'm here. I care. I cry at most of my IEP meetings. My daughter, she's special ed. My oldest daughter, she was special ed, but she graduated honor roll because of her aides and paras that were, Margate did it. Margate, my daughter Brittany, who's Holy Spirit, now she's brilliant compared to a lot of the surrounding areas because of the teachers and the paras and the aides. I mean, like, I don't want to ramble. I like to read from script so I can get my point across, but I don't understand why the budget, we pay 33% maybe of our taxes, 33% of it goes to school funding. Why can't it be 34%? Why can't we just give these people at least 1 more year, 2 more years, 3 more years? They are important. They're vital. Without oil in your car doesn't run. All of these people are everywhere, always. I see Miss Holland. Every time I go into the school, Miss Holland is somewhere different, helping somebody, holding a kid's hand. You know, I wish that their value was seen and that it wasn't these people's that were getting cut, or any people, or anybody. Like I said, I'm just a mom, and if your vote can just reflect how important they are and just try to, you know, see it from, my electric bill goes up every year, every couple years. We get an increase of the electric bill, the gas bill. Like, I know we're gonna have to pay. I pay a lot of money in rent. I probably pay the highest rent in the island just to keep my daughter, who's in special ed, here with these people. You know, it's really important to us. That's all.
Ma'am, can I tell you, take exception with one thing, and that's, there's no such thing as just a mom. You're much more than everybody. Every mom is better than that. Nothing bigger, nothing better than a mom.
And I say that because last night, all of us who spoke, I just felt like they were going through the motions. Everybody who sat on the board, I understand they're in a tough spot. This is a small community, but I'm just a mom who showed up. I can't show up at all of them, but honestly, that's how I felt. They were like, okay, 3 minutes, ding. They let us all talk, and I appreciate that. Is this going to go anywhere? I don't know, but I pray that it does. And I'm not even religious.
Well, there's a process. You understand.
One
I
thing,
do understand.
the one thing we will say is we listen, but we have responsibilities also.
Right.
To all the, we have a lot of second homeowners in this town.
I know that, and I rent from one of them.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is we're responsible, we benefit as Margate residents from our second homeowners. They're paying taxes just like we are. They don't have kids in the school. We have a great school system. I went through every school in the city of Margate.
And I went through Atlantic City, and it was
What-
terrible
What I'm
compared
trying to
to
say,
here.
we recognize we're a
Right.
blue ribbon school. We honor our teachers, our administration. None of that's in question. The conversation has started, and it's not going to end. We're going to continue. I'm sure. I know Dr. Baruffi's a pure professional. He's going to look, and we haven't been presented the budget yet.
Right.
We haven't seen anything. And I'm glad I'm hearing from the people that it affects. I have three grandkids in the Margate school system. One's there on a special mission. The other 2 are 3rd grade and kindergarten. And I have 2 more coming shortly after that. I appreciate the Margate school. My wife was a teacher and an aide in the Margate school system for 31 years. I've lived it my whole life. I brought my kids back here to raise their kids in Margate.
Right.
We're all in the same boat. We want the best for our children. We want the best for our community. And we love our families. It's the biggest part. You're the community. Everybody that was at that meeting last night is our community, and that's important to us. We listen. No decisions have been made.
Right.
We're just looking. We have to be fiscally prudent across the board.
Right.
We've made changes in City Hall. We've made a lot of changes. I said earlier, we negotiated contracts to bring costs down in the future. You just can't keep putting it on the backs of the taxpayers. The average tax bill in the state of New Jersey, we're the highest tax state in the country, is like $8,400 or $8,700 a year. That's a lot of money. And when you think about our year-round population, it's probably 35 to 40% of what the housing, I think we have 7,000 residences in the city of Margate. So 40% of that are actually active part of the community 12 months of the year. But we have to answer to the other 60% also. And, you know I get emails from them. You know, why do we have to
understand.
pay school tax? I get that.
From my
Why-
ignorance, to me, it's $1 a week per household.
I get that. I
I
get
mean,
that.
It's just not.
Thank you.
Thanks. Anybody else?
Holly Ferry, 303 North Delavan Avenue. I didn't really want to do this, but alls I can hear is surplus, surplus, surplus. I don't understand, and we're all getting our jobs. I've lived here my whole life, born and raised, and by me losing my job, I'm going to be forced to leave this community and sell my house, because unfortunately, I won't be able to stay here if I don't have my benefits. You all know my situation, but alls I hear is surplus, surplus. We're the lowest paid people in the school district, and people with the biggest heart that take care of the most delicate children in this district. I really hope that you can reconsider it, because I really don't want to have to move. Thank you.
Thanks, Holly. Anyone else, guys? Last chance? Amy?
Hi, Carol Ryler, 415 North Douglas Avenue. I want to reiterate what Holly said, that this cutback is, they're cutting back our hours. They're not cutting us out altogether. They're not saying we don't have jobs, we're not going to have jobs. They want to cut back our hours for the specific purpose of us losing our benefits. We rely on those benefits. I've worked in the school district 17 years. Holly's been here 15 years. All of us have been here more than 10 years. And to cut our benefits now, what recourse will we have? It's our lifeline. We need our health benefits for us and our families. And I really don't think that cutting back the hours is going to do the school system any good. It's going to create a revolving door of people coming in to replace the people that have to leave, and that's going to be a real detriment to our students. And I think that the commissioners have to really ponder that fact, and they have to talk to the school board about that fact. And I really hope that you do. Thank you.
Thank you, Carol.
Hello. My name is Joan DeBartolomeo, and I live at 7605 Burke Avenue in Margate. I just want to stand here in support of my fellow paraprofessionals. We're all in the same boat, and I've been here for 17 years, and the benefits really mean a lot to us. And just to come out one day and say, oh, you know, this is what we're going to do, just not right. Just not right. And I just want to support us and stand up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
Hi, my name is Van Carlucci. I live at 221 North Lancaster Avenue. Moved here in 1988, been living here for over 30 years now. My daughters both went through the school system here. Never been to a meeting before. But after the meeting last night, all I heard was the only people who come here are the ones that complain. And I'm not complaining. I love this town. You guys do a wonderful
Speak
job.
on, Mr.
You do a wonderful job. But going to the meeting last night and hearing what was going on, it looks like they're going after the people with the least amount of money that do the most for the kids that need the most. And then to bring back part-time people that aren't members of this community. Like, the only thing I want to say last night that I didn't say was, you got 9 women here. It's not just 9 women, it's 18 eyes that are looking on kids that live in this town. I can see my daughter yelling at kids in the summertime, knock it off, oh, Miss Natalie. You know, because they're going to stay in line because these women look after their kids 24 hours a day if they see them doing something wrong. So when you get replacing with people that maybe aren't from this town or outside, they're not going to be doing that. You're not going to see that. And just, it's a lot of love there, and I know you gotta do a budget, and it's gotta be for the best of the town, but, you know, they're good women. Thank you.
Thank you, Van.
We agree. Thank you. Anyone else? Before we close public comment, you understand, does everybody understand the process? Okay. All right, then there's no sense in me repeating it. This will be obviously coming back for a Board of School estimate meeting after the school board passes their budget, presents it to us for study, and I think that's the 28th?
28th of March.
28th of March, okay. So
I just
you're-
want to see
you're
the budget
invited.
now. I want to see the budget.
Is there a motion to close public comment?
So moved.
Second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Okay, where are we on the agenda? We have-
Motion to
to
close.
Wait,
adjourn.
no, not yet. We didn't do general public comment.
That was that.
So we now open public comment, which should have been the first item on the agenda, which is items you can talk about anything you want for 3 minutes.
We just did.
No, we didn't. We did not.
We did.
No, okay. Is there, did you make a motion to close?
I will make a motion to close the meeting.
I second.
Mayor Becker?
Yes.
Commissioner Amadeo?
Yes.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for being here.